Hello everybody, welcome back. In this episode here, I'm going to finally do a gun review after doing thousands and thousands of rounds, well, dry fire rounds, into the TH9 compact. So I'm going to just take the ammo. I don't have it in anything in the chamber other than the actual G-Sight laser cartridge. I'll also do an update on the G-Sight laser cartridge. So after dry firing this, thousands and thousands, let me see, I put about 100 rounds in the actual gun itself. Okay, 100 rounds actually in the actual gun, and over 6,000 dry fire shots, pulls with the laser hit app. It actually counted it, but it's over that because I've been using the G-Sight iTarget. I mean, I've been just it probably has over 7,000 trigger pulls on this. Racks, I probably racked it a few times, and I'll show you the wear and tear on the cartridge. So I could show you that, what happens when you rack it. Pulling the hammer, and of course it is clear. You can see that it is clear. No ammo's here. I have been carrying it with me. I've been sleeping with it. Not all the time, but you know, most of the time, but not all the time. I just wanted to see how it felt on my side, right here. How it felt, you know, in here. And this is my holster, a very simple holster, Uncle Mike's, with a little magazine pouch here. Only carries one extra. I don't think you need more than that for concealed carry self-defense, but you never know, you might. But so okay, so let's go ahead and take it down. All right, so let's first talk about the gun, and then I'll do another separate video on the cartridge and see how it looks after confirmed over 6,000 trigger pulls on this gun. Okay, I'll do that. So first thing is, you see it's already racked. Let's see what's wrong with the gun. Okay, the gun has already broke. All right, I've broken this. I've finally broken the gun. So let me show you what the problem is. Now I still have the laser in here, so you probably won't see the laser, but let's just do it. Okay, so I'm going to pull the trigger. Okay, now I'm going to let go of the trigger. Okay, do you see that? It's not going all the way back. So for me to go all the way back, I have to kind of pull it and then do that. And then it goes back. All right. Not a big deal. I mean, it still pulls, but if I had a live round in here and the slide racked back and forth, this is what would happen. Of course, the thing would rack. Oh, great. Now the slide is locked into place. The slide is now locked into place. I can't even rack it. Okay. I cannot rack it. Let's see if I can take the slide out. Okay, so okay, here it is. There's the problem right here. That might be the problem. Okay, so I was going to save it for later, but there's the problem. You know what this is? This is part of the spring, the trigger spring that goes in right in here. It broke off. Simply put, it just broke off. And that's the issue. So this little piece right here, that little piece that you see in my hand right here, it's part of the trigger spring, and it broke off, and it's not having that leverage. So what's happening is you got the trigger spring as this is a spring or coil, and there's triggers being pulled and everything. This part broke off, and it's not getting that leverage right here. So that's what's happening. Okay, now that piece is out. That's probably interfering. That might be interfering with it, but yeah, it's interfering with it. Okay, so it has to be pulled all the way up front. So there's not enough coil or spring tension to keep that piece forward. So let's see what happens. Okay. Well, let's slide. Okay, it will slide now. It will slide. Let's try this again. I pull the trigger. Okay, let's see if it slides. Yes, it slides. Okay, now look. It's stuck. It's stuck in that position because the spring is not strong enough to pull it forward. So if I did actually take this out to the range today, pull the trigger, slide racks back, okay, it would be stuck. It would be stuck. I could not fire this. That's more or less what would really happen. Okay, I have to let go, pull this trigger forward, and then do it again. Now, dry firing is not an issue because I could just let go. Doesn't go all the way. Rack it, and it sets the trigger. I don't even have to rack it all the way. Oh, I forgot to let go. There we go. So if I let go, oh, I have to let go. Let go, trigger's not set, then it resets itself, and then I can pull the trigger again. So the double strike capability is now gone from this gun. I can still shoot it technically. I can cock it, pull the trigger, let go, cock it, pull the trigger, let go, cock it. The cocking mechanism is done here through the coil, the trigger coil here, and so it still works, but unfortunately it's not going to work anywhere near what it's supposed to, and so that's what's wrong with it. That's what's wrong with it. What I'm going to do is I bought this on Black Friday, so which was November 27th. So it's November, December, today's January the 14th. So it's barely 2 months. I've shot I pulled this trigger over 7,000 times, and the trigger spring has broken. So here's the trigger spring part of it. It has just literally broken right off. So I can confirm, at least on my gun, after confirmed 6,000 trigger pulls, your trigger spring that little spring right in here where the trigger would normally be, and then with this trigger problem, this little piece right here, this little piece right here is gonna just stay up, so you might have problems racking it. Just pull this all the way forward. That will relieve some of the non-tension to push this safety piece down that pushes on the firing pin plunger right here. So this little piece right there has got to be replaced. Now I'm not sure if I'm going to send it into Taurus. I know the customer service is not super known for you know, being friendly and fast. What I might do is I might just go ahead and just take it to a gunsmith, because by the time I pay shipping and all this other fees to get it fixed and then wait, I probably can just find a simple trigger spring of some sort, and we'll see if they can get a part for that, and see if it could just be easily replaced. That's an option, I'm thinking. So there you go. So that is my review on the Taurus TH9 compact. After at least 7,000, but confirmed 6,000 trigger pulls, if you see my previous video, that I've pulled on this trigger. The spring trigger spring there is, well, at least it's going to break. Anyways, so I'll do another video on the G sight. On the G sight cartridge, the 9mm. I'll do a video on that, and it's still holding up, so we'll have to see. I might have to get another hammerfire gun. I got other 9mm I can use, but just pulling it was so much easier. Just pulling it was a lot easier. Anyways, this concludes this episode here on my broken Taurus TH9C compact. Thanks. Bye.